Have you ever heard a really great story and realized that the person next to you heard a completely different one? Stories are just really fascinating like that. My name is Polly Alice Artist, and I'd like to share some of my art with you, and I would like you to be a part of it. You'll notice in this installation there are stories from many artists, and one of the stories we want to share is yours. How I like to do that is called the 6-word memoir. And that's just a short story made of 6 words that tells something about your life. I like to tell this common story about a Kansas City writer. His name was Ernest Hemingway. And the rumor has it that he was in a bar and somebody came up to him and said, "Hey, you're that famous writer. I bet you can't tell a story in 6 words." And so he did. He wrote down 6 words on a piece of paper. He wrote down, "For sale, baby shoes, never worn." Now, if you look at that story, you might start to imagine who could have written it, where you might see that story posted, and what happened to the baby. Was it posted by a mom, a dad, a grandpa? Was it because a baby never wore those shoes, had too many, or did the baby die at some point? Whoever hears that story hears something different. And that's what's exciting about stories. They take place inside the imagination of the person who receives them. Sometimes when we read a story, we might actually picture it like a film in our minds. Or maybe you're the type of reader who hears an audible voice reading to you aloud. You might be great at speaking or acting. Maybe you're the kind of reader, when you read a story, you notice the words on the page, the font, the spacing, if there's any mistakes, or the space on the page, the kind of paper. You might be great at editing or proofreading, but you also might read that story a little more slowly. So no matter what kind of writer or reader you are, stories are a great way to communicate with the world and connect us to each other. And they just do that in so many ways. So I'd like to challenge you to take part in the 6-word memoir writing that we have in the art gallery today. You'll find that we have some writing utensils and some little 4-inch square pieces of paper. I think you can write a sentence that's 6 words, or just 6 words that are not a sentence. Some of the best ones kind of begin to tell a story. And I've done this in my class as a writing professor many times, and it's just a great way to start to get to know people. And what I've done is I've put some samples on the wall, 6-word memoirs that I've written. I also got some friends from the community to write some 6-word wishes they have for you this semester. They hope you are doing well. And I thought we'd just bring our stories together with some thread and some paper. I hope you enjoy the art in this installation. I've put in different symbols that might help talk about storytelling. One of the symbols I've used is an envelope, because sometimes we're sort of enveloped in our own story and we want to either be held, or maybe we want to send that story out and have it be accepted by somebody, have it be, signed and sealed and delivered to someone. So I think envelopes have some great symbolism. Another symbol I used in this show would be a button. A button hole is a symbol for loneliness and being alone. So I decided to make a soft sculptural button to talk about being held and being together, being pulled together, and being safe and finding that safe haven. And I hope our stories and each other can be that safe haven. I hope you enjoy the work in this show and that you'll share your story. There's one other thing you can do while you're here. You'll see I have a collection of flags that I've sort of hand sewn. I like that American folktale of Betsy Ross hand sewing that first American flag. And I like the idea of how the flag changes over time, accepting more and more people, getting bigger and bigger. And so I've created several flags, one about all the different types of people that I love knowing and being a part of. Maybe you'd like to make a flag of your own. You'll see we have some cards and some colors you can use. And if you make your own flag, just pin it on the wall, maybe next to another flag you identify with, and we'll kind of share our flags and our stories. I know it's nice to feel a part of a team, to feel accepted, and to know we're not alone. And I just love how art and writing does that. So thanks for stopping by.